And so, hi, Sari, good evening. How are you doing today?
Hi, Anu. I'm doing really well, enjoying Finnish summer.
Can you tell me from where you are and where are you right now?
I'm located in Finland. I actually moved to countryside a couple of years ago, so I live now in Eastern Finland, in the middle of beautiful Finnish nature.
Wow. So, I'm from India. I'm Anu Mehta. And we have an amazing guest here, Sari, who is from Finland. And she's going to tell us a little bit more about herself. So, Sari, I want you to just give your introduction to everybody, who you are, and what, just basically who you are. Yeah.
I'm Sari Ilvonen, and I was actually born on the countryside, and then I really enjoyed studying a lot. So and I studied a lot in my life. So I went to business school, and eventually then got into a very nice international career. So I have been working on the mobile sector. I was working on the mobile sector for 18 years, and I traveled a lot. I worked during those years, I calculated that I worked almost with 60 different nationalities. So
Wow.
I have had the pleasure of meeting a lot of wonderful people from many different cultures and countries, and so that's kind of from the business side. And then 2011 was a year of change, to both to myself and my husband. We had a health challenge that we needed to really understand in detail and find solutions. And that was actually a turning point when I started to study intensively health and well-being. And that started like a second path alongside of the technology side. I started the journey of discovering what is real health really about.
Wow, what a journey and what a turning point. And when you're talking about health and wellness, and you said, I needed to find out, or we needed to find out, you and your husband. So are you saying both of you were suffering from the same problem?
No, there was some little problem, and I don't want to tell all the details, but there was a little problem that could have been really serious. But why it was so shocking? It was an issue that usually comes up when you're on your, let's say, 70s, and we were around 30 years,
Okay.
and we were like right in the beginning of our life, and we had so many plans ahead of us. So that was the kind of the shocking thing, that something unexpected comes up, and then you really need to understand how are you going to solve it, and even if you can solve it, then how can you stay healthy and live a good life. And of course, I know many people would have just kind of let's say got the normal solution and then moving on and on. But for me, it really meant that I want to understand what's the root cause, what's really going on, and
Sorry,
how
I'm
can
going to
I
stop you
impact my
here.
life.
Yeah, I'm just going to stop you here for a minute. This is getting really interesting now. I'll repeat your words again. And you said, oh, we needed to find out. We have doctors, we have clinics, we have hospitals, and you weren't even a doctor, you weren't even connected with wellness and health. And I understand that you needed to know the root cause, but it feels like that all these systems were there, but you needed to find out. Now, if you can explain that a little bit more, that would be really nice. Thank you.
Yeah. So we tried also first the traditional way. So we had a doctor's appointment, and doctor had no answers. So there was no explanation why a certain thing that is usually coming with the older age, why it comes earlier. I mean, like a lot earlier. So there were no answers from a doctor's side, who was a specialized in that area. So I had that like like an internal need, I would say internal need to really understand, because I wanted to live my life with the kind of let's say health and freedom of thinking that I can stay healthy, and so I didn't want to capture myself into a capsule of fear and kind of then worrying over years and years. So I just wanted to know that, okay, what is actually causing what has happened, and then moreover what we can do about it, so that we can continue live happy and healthy. So that was the I would say that was the like a starting point. And what happened then is that I convinced my husband to join a meta health weekend training. It was actually called meta medicine at that time, but because I had seen some Facebook postings from a person that I knew, and I respect her a lot. So I knew that it was like a very professional person posting about the meta health, and I thought that, okay, let's go and see what she is talking about. So
Sorry, I'm going to stop you again over here. I really, if you can tell us a little bit about why meta health or meta medicine, as it was called before, and this journey of yours, which has really reached a place where I know today you teach the material that you went to learn.
Yeah. So I had got a tip or kind of a little bit insight from the Facebook postings that meta health is actually able to explain a little bit more what's behind the different symptoms and even diseases, because there's like a holistic view on a human health, meaning that there's a like a physical health with the body, but there are emotions, thoughts, even the environment. Everything is taken into account when we talk about health and then what meta health brings in. So, but I must say that maybe the biggest reason there was that the person who was posting about meta health, because I knew her in person. So I knew that, okay, when she starts to talk about with the, let's say, with the, like a real intention of sharing something, there must be something there behind. And I just wanted to know, okay, what is she sharing? And can we actually then have a new perspective on our own situation? And that is exactly what happened. So we went to a 2-day weekend course, and we were like a little bit feeling embarrassed because both me and my husband, we were working with technology in IT and mobile sector, and everybody else was somehow like a professional in health and well-being. And we just felt that, okay, we don't fit in here at all. Nevertheless, we participated the whole weekend. And after the weekend, we had the understanding, like a basic understanding, that there really is very intelligent system of human health that captures your body, your mind, your emotions, and even how you interact or don't interact with your environment. So we both felt that like someone had really changed the classes, like the world was different.
Oh my God. So are you saying that change of perception?
Yes.
Meticulously changed something for you?
Yes. The one weekend changed the perception on
2 days.
Two persons. Yeah.
2 days.
2 days.
Being with the person that you could trust, being with the material that was amazing, despite not fitting in, it changed your life enough for you to become a trainer today.
That's correct. Yeah, 2 days.
So did you actually find the answers for what you were looking for? What did you find in that 2 days that was so amazing that like right now, like, oh my God, how can that be? That at this point, you are ready to teach, and many people are looking at you in the same way as people were looking at. If we can give the name of the lady, that would be fabulous.
Yes,
So
so the
her.
yeah, the trainer actually a teacher was Helena Kujama.
My
Yeah.
favorite. Oh
Yes.
my God, she's a darling. She's an amazing, amazing person. Yes, I mean, I would stand anywhere, and she'd been through her own journey. So could you just tell us a little bit about
Yes. So
what changed?
yeah, what changed? So we understood that there is a connection, like a clear connection, what you're going through in your life, from your emotional and kind of from the emotional side as well. So your physical body is not living its own life. No, not at all. Everything is connected. So what is going on in your life? What happens in work? What happens with your family? What happens in your own thinking? Your belief system? Everything has a direct logical connection to your body, and that can be explained even on the cell level. And as I explained, so I have this business background, so I always need to understand logically what is going on. And this was the very first time when there was like a logical a framework, like a theory that actually was also proven from the Western medicine side. So you can actually prove things, that how things are changing on the cell level when you know the theory, and then you can actually get the like a real facts and proofs. So that was convincing to me, that I started to understand that nothing happens in our intelligent body-mind system. Nothing happens just by coincidence, but there's a reason behind, and even a normal person can start to understand those reasons behind and even solve them, or get some let's say additional help to solve them. So that was very, very fascinating, and I felt that, hey, now I need to know even more. So I wanted to study meta health, actually, as much as I was able to do beside my work.
Wow. So, Sari, it feels almost like, you fell upon information, and that information kind of resonated with whatever was going on with you. And from that, you were able to then make sense logically. And that probably had a good impact, a good effect on your body, in your mind. And you were probably able to change the environment around you. So could you just tell us what all did you change? I mean, in the terms of, you know what I mean, right? I stopped eating this, and then I stopped eating this, and then I did this, and I didn't do this. Because people are very curious to know. Once they know what is their disease, then what do I do? So what did you do, Sari? While learning, what did you do that even a person who was on a business side could make a business and bring passion into that business that you are doing today? Thank you.
Yeah, I would say that my maybe biggest asset in the beginning was that I had open mind. So I had this 2 days experience from the first initial weekend training, and because it was so fascinating to understand how human body mind system actually works. So we decided with my husband that we are going to study more, and when the year changed, we started to study to become a meta health master practitioners or meta health coaches. And during that study, so what did we do? We of course went through more of the theory. We went through a lot of exercises, and what happened during those exercises, I got examples. One of my first examples, this was really like eye-opening. We were doing exercises around old, let's say, old incidents, and I actually had like a childhood small accident with my ankle. So I hurt my foot, and I had like a I don't know what's the name of the part of the, but I hurt my ankle, so I needed to like use this
A brace?
yeah, like a support to walk for 3 weeks. Yeah, so that was when I was maybe I was 15 or something at that age. So what was interesting in the when doing the mental health exercise, like almost like 20 years later, when we dealt with the emotion that was associated with this small accident, I actually got physical symptoms to my ankle again during the night, and night is actually a recovery time. So that was really, and I had not hurt my ankle at all. I had not doing any sports or anything. I had been just sitting in the classroom making the exercises, and then over the night I had some swelling on my ankle, like I had when I was 15. So that for me was like it was the first real experience that, oh, there really is a connection. I can feel it in my body when I reached the right emotion. My body remembered the incident, and I was able to solve that emotion or release the emotion. So that was the first one. And then there had been many. I don't even remember all of them. But then my mindful or doubtful, I would say doubtful mind, who always wants to see the evidences and the facts on the table. So then during the last months of studying mental health to become a mental health coach, it was October 2012. And I was investigating my throat issues because I got really easily infection on my throat, and there were times when I lost voice for 1 week. I couldn't speak for 1 week because there was like an infection. And so through the mental health theory, I was then investigating myself that, okay, what happened during those years, those times when I had the issue with the throat. And I came to a conclusion, actually. I came to a conclusion that I had a certain behavior when I was working. I was really nice. I never said no. I never let's say, defend myself or put the border. So if someone wanted to complain something to me, I just listened because I was a nice person. I still am, but I don't have that belief anymore that I needed to just swallow everything what someone was complaining to me. So I actually then resolved that particular case in October 2012, and then I thought, fine, great. I got one issue solved. Good on me. But then what happened? It was February 2013, so some months later. I realized suddenly that the itchy feeling that I often had in my throat wasn't there for many weeks at least. So I looked into the mirror, and what had happened? That was my big evidence now. I had tonsils that were enlarged, and those tonsils were now normalized. And that was really surprising.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So without any surgery, when solving the emotional, let's say, belief a certain belief, and then the emotional conflict around the swallowing what everybody else was saying to me, I actually had then released that extra energy, and then my tonsils were normalized. And it was so amazing to me because I didn't expect to happen. I didn't know that could happen, but I saw the evidences when I looked in the mirror. So that was the moment then when I really started to think that, oh, mental health really works. That really works. I got my evidence.
Wow. I'm going to stop you. I'm going to take you back into where you were talking, because I've heard often when people are studying, and it's nice to be, inquisitive. It's nice to need logic, just like you.
Mm.
Some of them would have said after the first time when they got the ankle pain back like you did, oh my God, I went for 2 days. I sat down and I have pain in my ankle and this doesn't work and I need to run away from here. You get that? Because we
Yeah.
like pain. And if any of that happened, how did you stop yourself from thinking that this is fine? I'm feeling the pain. And also you've been using this word again and again, which maybe the audience don't understand. Resolution. I'm like really curious to know what do you mean by resolution and why should it be paining at that time? Thank you.
Yeah. By resolution, I mean that when you really understand what is going on, you really understand the emotion or the emotions that have been, or beliefs that have been associated to a certain situation, and without going into the details of where that emotion has come from, I know that there was a certain emotion, like it was I remember what I said to myself. It was something about actually sacrificing myself to do something what my sister and brothers didn't want it to do. Very, very small housework, like no big deal at all. But it was the emotion that was meaningful. So resolution to me means that you become aware yourself what was really going on, what was really meaningful in that one incident that has now actually certain like a energy load that is impacting, even if it happened years ago, still impacting on yourself and even your body. So that to me is a resolution when you understand what is going on there, and then you can let it go. You don't need to carry it anymore with you because you have become aware.
So Sari, you say I don't have to carry it anymore. And you also said something very significant. It wasn't big, but the thought of being sacrificed was big.
Yes.
But what they were asking you to do wasn't big.
Yeah. It was like a household work that took me like a couple of minutes, but it was more of that feeling that, hey, I need to do it. The others are just let's say sitting on the sofa, and I need to go and do it. So it was more about maybe there was something like that, always me. I need to sacrifice on behalf of the others so that the others are well, and so on. So there's most likely there's a little bit of something, let's say, a kind of inherited type of belief there.
I was going to come to that. Thank you so much. Yeah. Who did you take it from? Thank you.
Yeah, and I know. It's something in the family, but how it helped me when I got to know this emotion. So obviously I had the physical this experience, like over two nights. I had a little bit of swelling on my ankle, exactly that ankle that had the accident, and but during the day I had nothing. So, and actually it has the ankle had not been swelling thereafter. Not single one time, but how did it help me to understand that there was this emotion related to sacrificing myself? I realized that I don't need to do it. I can decide myself consciously if I want to do something to help others, on others' behalf. I don't need to unconsciously feel that I'm sacrificing, and it's always me who needs to do this. So I changed my thinking, and I believe it has changed my behavior in certain way. I do help, I would say naturally, other people, but I don't feel anymore that I have to do so, and I have to sacrifice my own self on behalf of others.
Thank you, Sari, for that. I'm going to just tell everybody, and I just want all of you to pause over here and understand that there could be stuff going on in our life, that we have permission. We have to just give ourselves permission and make choices, like Sari did, to not to still do what she wanted to do, but not with the framework of sacrifice. So what was your new framework then? Sorry.
My new framework was that I choose myself, if I help or I don't help. And even if I have this natural tendency of I do it with joy. I do it with joy. I don't do it because I have to, or I have to sacrifice. So it was a conscious choice, that I help others because I want to help.
Wow. And what changed for you because of that? Like, how did your environment change? They must have been, because the minute you made that decision, something changes outside, or so I believe. So I really, really would like people to know that what changed for you outside because something internally shifted and you made conscious choices.
Yeah, I know that my kind of well, there are many. I mean, this springtime when we were studying mental health, so there were many of these small experiences and changes. So I would not be able to say that okay, what caused all of it, or if this one incident, solving this one thing, how much that changed. But I would say that in overall my life became lighter. I became I have been always energetic, but I became more, I would say that lighter in my way of even walking and looking the life. The big change, I think it was, I started to look at life with more joy and lighter, like almost like you take off extra burden that you have. So when you go through different incidents and you understand what was the meaning, and so you can leave them behind. And so I feel that my way of looking life became lighter.
Okay, there was a small pause, and which is okay, which is fine. That I would really love it if you could, put a metaphor there, like, light as a, or so give us how it was before, like, and metaphorically, how did it become after?
Oh, that's a that's a yeah. So I would say that I used to have, before the mental health, I used to have a very traditional way of looking health. So I was looking health like, hey, you need to sleep enough, you need to have your vitamins, you need to do your exercises. But somehow I completely had forgotten the kind of the other side, meaning this what is going on in your mind. I wasn't aware of it, your emotions and everything. So after starting to study mental health and having these personal experiences, so I started to look health from like a overall perspective, like 360 degrees. What is going on in my life? I started to understand that, okay, when I'm stressed, when I'm not stressed. And so maybe the metaphor is that it's more like I started to see health as a full of opportunities, rather than searching for a single solution that may not even fit. I started to see that, hey, I have lots of solutions available and I could apply them one after another, what feels right. And I could help myself and then of course close family members. I could help in many, many different ways. And I could really like live my life healthier and enjoying more my life, because I don't need to just go with this, let's say, traditional way of trying to find a single solution. Instead, I have many solutions.
Wow, you said something so beautiful, so amazing, that we're trying to fix ourselves and find solutions.
Yeah.
but we hardly look at the opportunities that are posted to us when a disease or anything is not working in our body. So if you can just give us what is the spiritual meaning that you found in whatever you were going through, and was there any spiritual meaning, or was it like, this happens, now I'm fine, now I can go back to my work and life is same? You said it changed, so I'm sure you have a story there to tell us. How did it spiritually change?
It changed a lot, and why I'm laughing here is that because my starting point was absolutely like level 0 in a way, meaning that before we started to study mental health, even before we went to that one weekend training, so my husband had bought a book, Viktor Frankl, The Purpose of Life, and I was really asking him, why on earth do you have this book? Why do we need to think about the purpose of life? That was my starting point. Yeah.
Wow.
And
yeah. Almost like believing, not believing in the God in you, or the energy in you, or whatever we call it, the prana in you. And then what happened?
Yeah. So I had been so busy in getting my life, organizing my life and getting forward in my life, that I had not given one single thought on what is the purpose of life. But when we started to study mental health, and there's like a body, mind, emotions connection that opens up very in a smooth and nice manner, very naturally. You start to understand yourself. You start to think things differently. So I would say that the changes started to happen step by step. I started to see myself differently, and I started to definitely look at health differently, as I said earlier. So then there was like a new meaning coming to me. I felt that I had received so much goodness to my life that I wanted to share, actually. And that was maybe one, you could say that that's the one, like a step in on the spiritual path, in a way that you start feeling gratitude, and you feel that you have so much good that you would like to give even a small piece of that, let's say, information to someone else who's maybe looking for some options for natural health. So that was maybe
make me cry now. You really make me cry now. This is like a fairy tale. I mean, from a zero faith to believing to that point where you want to give a part of yourself. Mental health for you is a part of you that you're distributing.
It's and I would say it's the gratitude that drives me forward, because I have got so much. I mean, no, it's like more than 10 years ago when the journey started, but I have got so many times I've got help to myself. I have so many times got understanding for the health of the close family members as well. That I'm just thinking that my life is much easier now with the knowledge I got from mental health, and I can apply, I love really. I can apply everything else what I learned from regarding health. I can apply it with mental health, and it fits really nicely. So it has mental health, understanding mental health, and the human body, mind, emotions, how it works, has saved me in so many occasions that I just feel that, hey, I'm sure there are many other mothers out there who have the need to help themselves and help their kids and so on. So I feel that, okay, if I can offer just a little piece of support and share about mental health information, then it's good. It's good. Then I have helped someone else like I have received the help.
Thank you, Sari. And the last question for today.
Yeah.
It's really not a question. If there was a song, a poetry, or a few lines that you would like to say because of your journey and sum that journey up from your heart, what would those lines of a song be, or what would that poetry be, or what would those words be like? I heard a lot, and I really get your gratitude, and I really get what you're doing, but maybe if we can bring in that.
I'm really bad with songs. I never remember. but what comes to my mind is that is really that life is wonderful, and there's a reason why things happen in our lives, good or less good things, why they happen, and we can understand those things, and we can let ourselves to heal and grow. It is about being open-minded, almost like becoming your own friend, and letting yourself to look at what has happened as objectively as you can, and then you can take the learnings, and you can take a big bag of gratitude with yourself when you carry on. And maybe those are the types of lines, not in a form of song, but the kind of that there's a reason for everything, and the best thing is that we can understand our own life and health, and impact the situation, even with very, very small things, but we can make a bigger impact than what we think.
You are just so gorgeous, so amazing. Could you please tell the audience again what you are training people for? How many days is the training? And what is your designation? And what do people call you in Finland? So you could say that in English as well as in Finnish language, so that people can really connect with you. Also need to know your number, phone number, and email address. I will put it down in the column, but if you could just say it once, so that people have phone number, your email address, your training, what you do, how long is the training, and of course, if you can just tell us, how people need to connect with. Thank you.
Yes. So I'm now delivering the Meta Health weekend training. It's called Meta Health Level 1 Foundation Training. I am delivering the training in English and in Finnish. And I have an own company. It's called Alpedoc. So you can find the information on the alpedoc.com pages on the training times.
Could you spell that out, please? Thank you.
Yes, ALBEDOC.
Thank you.
Alpedoc.com. And you can actually find my contact details there as well, my phone number, as well as the email address. And the training times on this autumn, I will be delivering 2 trainings in English in the beginning of September and in the beginning of December. And then in Finnish, it is end of September, first day of October is then the training. And my purpose here is really to give the opportunity to others who want to look at health a little bit more from this over a perspective, offer the same opportunity that I got many years back. And yeah, so that's the and my personal email address is sari.ilvonen@albedoc.com.
If you could kindly spell that too.
Yes, so yeah. SARI.ILVONEN@albedoc.com.
Wonderful, guys. So you know now that you met Sari, who has brought about her experience for you in Meta Health and in her life and her journey. I really want to thank you for bringing this amazing, amazing information to all of us, because personal experiences change everything for me. And for me, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Dr. Anu Mehta from India, and I am the master trainer in Meta Health in India. And you can connect with me at Meta Health. You can go on my website, metahealthindia.com, or you can go on metahealthindia.co.in, or you can connect with me at my email address, anu.metamedicine@gmail.com. So see you guys again, and stay happy, stay healthy. Bye-bye.